Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a technical Elliot update for the Nasdaq 100. Yes, regarding to my last video, everything worked as planned, honestly, and we came down and started that at what I think is a WXY correction in a wave 4. The degree, honestly, has yet to be determined because actually, I think that we're probably in this fourth wave of primary degree pullback. That could shift, okay, that we have to lower that 1 degree, but for now, in this correction, we probably have done our wave W, our wave X, and we are in the stages of the Y wave to the downside. That would be minor degree at the moment, and the Y wave is an ABC structure, which is a double zigzag at the moment in total, and that would suggest, I'm going to zoom in a second here, that would suggest that we are now starting the C wave of Y, and that needs to be a 5-wave move. We have 1 to the downside done, wave 2 done. We are probably now in the 3rd wave, then we should get another 4 and another 5. That should, at the moment, target-wise, so that's just normal standard Fibonacci extensions. Our wave 3 should bring us at least a little bit further down, but I have to say also the WXY correction, the Y wave is, or the C wave of the Y wave is relatively short, and I have the blue targets are compared to the wave W. I would compare the wave C to wave W, okay, and therefore we could honestly, I mean, the first target is, no, I have to correct myself, sorry. I'm correcting now the wave C of Y to the wave A of Y, okay? And that's the blue target. And in very often the cases, that possibility is only that we're going to touch the 61.8 extension, but it doesn't look like that, okay? It looks like we want to go further to the downside. So the first target is 10,000, not 10,000, oh my God. Let me see, 18,551, so 551. And the second target would be the 100% extension in blue, which is 17,321. Okay, so these two targets at the moment are the higher degree, not the higher degrees, but the more widened fib extensions. And the orange extension lines would indicate that we come down much further, okay? But I have to be, as I said before, we have to be cautious in these kind of moves at the moment, because the C wave of Y could easily finish anywhere, okay? These C waves of the Y waves, they always are not so predictable as, for example, the 3rd wave or something. But at the moment, the standard targets for that would be much lower, and then we should put our 3rd wave target should be at 16,092. But at the moment, I do think that probably we should find support here. If we break that, I think the lower targets would be more or come into play. Okay. I go now on the 4 again, and I can show you what I mean here. Oops. So if we say now that we topped here in the B wave on the Wednesday the 26th, we started our wave 1 down, this is the wave 2, then we should get a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th wave. And that then, ladies and gentlemen, should complete our C wave of Y. And then we have to see further, okay, what's going on, because if I assume that we are on the primary 4th wave, that whole thing could just be the A wave. Then we get a B wave in a correction and another C wave to come, okay? So that's at the moment unclear, but the next moves from our low building process, they will tell us a little bit more. But for now, we have to also assume that this is just the beginning of a correction. And if this is the primary 4th wave pullback, that's probably just the wave A, then we get a B and a C, okay? I just want to make you aware of that scenario, but at the moment, if we find support here and rally to the upside, I would think that I have to lower that, so that would be one degree lower, and yeah, I think we have to really see, okay, what's going on, okay. And but for now, I think we have the targets to the downside measured here. That correction should finish our wave C of Y. Okay, I just put it here aside because it will extend a little bit further. And the targets to the downside you can take from my measurements here. These are the standard Fib retracement levels measured from that whole beginning of that intermediate fifth wave. So, and the extension targets here now are the blue lines and the orange lines. Okay, so we have targets from, I have to zoom in, I'm blind, from, let's see, 18,591, then we have 17,543, we have 17,321, and then the lower targets, also the 61.8 extension target here possibly at 16,154. But for now we have these ladders to climb to the downside for now, and we have to see how this is developing. But you can see, and when I take the standard extension levels here now for this impulse to the downside, which the C wave of Y is, then we have the little bit longer orange lines as targets, and the shorter targets are compared differently. Okay, but for now these could all act as support. Okay, we don't have to really touch any fib levels right now, but okay, so we're moving deep in support here right now in this retracement box, and inside you have the extension targets. Okay, good. That's the short update for today. I wish everybody a good trading day, and talk to you soon. Bye bye. Ciao.